Hello, everyone, and welcome to another wonderful Wednesday where we're going to be streaming SolForge Fusion. If you haven't heard of it, you really should. It's a new take on a newish format.
The unique deck game, ultimately, is what it is.
That is trademarked by our friends over at Fantasy Flight Games. Yeah. So that is not what this is. This is a
unique deck experience.
Is this a hybrid deck game? Is that what the title is?
That's what they're calling it, yeah. But what it is a unique deck game. Yeah. We can say that because we don't have legal obligations to do so.
Yeah.
We consider it a unique deck game, but we wouldn't call it that officially.
There's some key differences that are worth this is one of the questions we get asked on every one of these streams. Some of the biggest differences are the fact that in SolForge, you actually bring two decks to the table and they fuse together to form one, which is really cool because I love Keyforge. I love the fact that those decks are unique and you just buy a deck off the shelf and you're ready to go. But as a deck builder and a constructed guy, I like making choices.
Yeah, you want a little choice, a little pre-game choice.
Yeah, so we streamed last week. I got my Kickstarter starter deck in, which came with 4 decks. Last week I played the red deck and the purple deck together. This week I'm playing the red deck with the green. You're going to play blue with purple, mixing it up a little bit.
And mix it around.
Yeah, if you haven't played, this would be a great place to start because we're just going to be walking through, having a good time.
Yeah, and a couple of things to cover before we get into it here, just in case you're new or you are not keeping up as heavily with SolForge Fusion, which there's a lot of smoke and mirrors when these games come out and Kickstarter and retail release and all of that. So just be aware, the Kickstarter has been fulfilled at this point. So any of those backers, that's what Zach got a four-pack, 4 decks here off the Kickstarter. So that's why we have these. So if you were a Kickstarter backer, you should have your stuff by now. And if you're seeing the game out and about, that's because these people have backed on Kickstarter. So the next phase is retail release. This is when retail stores and online stores like us will get access to this product and be able to sell it to the general market, which is probably a lot of people watching this right now. That's looking like August, September. I think it's probably more like September. If I'm catching it right, it's like on a boat, and we're just waiting to see if the boat shows up, when, etc.
It's kind of like one of those games that gets announced at Gen Con, where it's like, we know it's coming later this year, and we're not quite sure 100%.
Yeah, 100%. And so that will be the same cards as in the Kickstarter version here. This is set 1, effectively. The Kickstarter ones, I think, have like a little Kickstarter symbol or something that makes them special.
The back of the name. It's got the unique deck Kickstarter section, I think.
And that's basically the only difference, right?
Yeah. Here's something that's cool. Another difference with this game that might blow your mind is that the cards themselves are fused. So there will be cards that are like toxic spores. And so technically toxic might be a keyword, spores might be a card. And so you get different kinds of spores with different kinds of abilities
spores or toxic chargers or whatever.
And that example may not actually even exist, but apparently I was in our Discord channel the other night, and
shadows spilling
shadows, in the from the shadows, the beans were being spilled, and he was saying that the first print run of the game, which is what the retail release is, over 1 million decks. It's crazy. That's a lot of decks. It gets me excited. It's a big number that no one can wrap their mind around because it's just too big of a number.
How many Keyforge got to well over 1 million?
I think on the first print run, like 500,000 decks got registered or something, or thereabouts. And then after the second print run, it actually got over 1 million.
Yeah.
A lot of excitement about this one, just generally, I think, because it's a great game. But what I was going to say is, in the first print run of 1 million decks, there are still cards from the first set that didn't ever even get printed.
Yeah.
Like a combination of a keyword on a character. And there's something like 5,800 unique potential cards that could exist in the set, and only like...
Or it's like, I think it's like 7,900, and then only 5,600 were printed or
something like that, which
is just a cool way to build an algorithm.
Wild.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That is just a wild reality. So it is the same as the Kickstarter, and I think that's being included in that like initial what's been printed run. Which is really just crazy to think about.
Now, if you want to get in on this game, on the first set, we have 2 things that you should look at. One is we have a starter bundle on our website that's going to be, a couple of decks? I
think it's a starter box with 4 decks and a playmat.
So basically, the decks that we have here, what we're doing now is, I think it's a booster box is what they're calling it. 4 decks is a booster box.
And the display is a display of those boxes.
Display is 4 booster boxes?
That's right.
Yeah, so 16 decks total. So you can get a starter bundle. It's going to be 4 decks and then playmat, a really nice SolForge playmat. And they're particularly useful because they have lanes on them, and this is very much a structured game, so you know exactly where to put all your cards, which a lot of people really enjoy. So you can grab that starter bundle, and that will ship whenever the retail release happens. So that's looking like, again, September when that goes down. Same for our subscription. This is just for booster displays, so 16 decks a piece. You can get as many displays as you want through that subscription. You can go to our website. You can sign up for that right now. It's not like a pre-order in that you don't have to pay whenever you sign up. So you can sign up for $0, and then it'll be a couple of weeks before the actual retail release. You get charged, and then we ship you those products. That's really handy in case this release gets pushed to October, November, December potentially. That could actually change your math. And so the good thing is you don't have to put money down on an unknown time variable. So just save your payment method, start the subscription, and then you'll always get charged just a couple of weeks before the actual release happens. Anything I'm missing on that front?
I wanted to mention on the starter, one of the key parts of that too is it comes with all the tokens.
Yeah.
So I think each deck comes with one token card technically.
Yeah.
But the starter comes with more than that. A couple questions coming through. Mutton Chop wants
to turn off the AC.
Yeah. Mutton Chop asking if the Forgeborn are linked to the deck itself, or you can switch. You cannot switch. So the Forgeborn is linked. Also, the Forgeborn they're also unique-ish. So they each have abilities. Like I have this Oros Forgeborn here, and he's got a level 2, level 3, level 4 ability.
Can you look at the back? I think, let's say Oros with whatever the deck is called.
Oros, the Warriors of Wegu.
Yeah, let's try that.
So anyways, he's got these abilities, but what level they show up at and what their power level is, and then each ability on him is actually unique to him.
Yeah.
And there's different abilities, so there's literally 24 different ways he can show up.
So Oros has a list of abilities possible for Oros, and then the kind of the variables in those abilities and which abilities appear is always randomized.
That's right, and then that's attached to the specific deck.
Super cool.
It's really, again, just more uniqueness.
So you take 2 decks, you smash them together, and you choose one of these Phoenixborn to lead the deck, basically.
Yeah. Simon asked if these will be available on our UK store. No current plans for that to happen, but
not yet.
In Dream of Dreams, yes, eventually we would do that kind of thing, even potentially domestic subscriptions. But that's been and continues to be a long road.
A whole can of worms. Yeah, we got some things ahead of us, but that's definitely on the back burner right now on the list of things that can happen once we make some other improvements technologically.
Would you like to jump into a game?
I'd love to. Yeah, okay. Thank you for asking, man.
Yeah, you want to go topsy-downsy?
Yeah, for sure.
So last time I played Red, which I will eventually know the faction names. Trust me.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Well, it's easy to reference, you know what I mean?
The easiest thing is red, green, blue, purple.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy, yeah.
I mean, that's what the Magic players do, right? They don't say or is it actually colors? Red, green,
or is it
actually supposed to be like volcano and island?
I think it's actually just colors.
It's just colors, okay. Keeps it simple.
So, anyways,
I do say Phoenixborn all the time, Brent. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's so hard because it's Forgeborn.
I'm telling you, we need to connect these
Keyforge.
2 publishers together, get Plaid Hat, get Stoneblade together, and just say, hey, how about we do a special set where everything in the set is actually Phoenixborn and Ashes themed.
Wow.
And then you release it as a standalone.
You just blew my mind.
It'd be easy. You can literally have 2 Phoenixborn.
Mm-hmm.
You have their pre-con decks, basically, with some randomization involved. They already have abilities built for all these Phoenixborn and cards.
Probably most importantly, all the art's there.
All the art's there. Mm-hmm. I mean,
all right.
Somebody listening?
I'm listening. It's on my ideas board.
Listen to me, Grandpa.
Yeah. Last time I played the red deck and the purple deck. This time I'm doing red and green. And last time I did not play the red Forgeborn, which is Sunder from the deck, the Circular Eluding Princesses. So I'm just going to play this character out of principle. I didn't play it last time. I regret it.
Okay.
Here we are.
I'll do the same thing. Did you play Cersei last time? Then you must have, right? Mm-hmm. So it's interesting. So we've already seen both of these on camera. And you got the 2 that we haven't seen because I didn't play the green one. You didn't play the red one. So we'll have to have a repeat somewhere.
It's a shame we're going to have to stream this again.
Yeah, it could be. It's such a bummer. Let me tell you, too, I know a lot of people kind of anticipating the game, and some people still on the fence about SolForge Fusion.
I made dice for it.
Really important thing to appreciate here is that just subjectively, when I sit down like on a stream like this to play a game of SolForge Fusion, it's super exciting and super chill. It's like so nice to be able to come into a game like this, and it feels like kind of the way I feel when I'm about to play Sealed, which is the best feeling that I can have.
But like none of the work, honestly.
I'm just gonna relax. But it's gonna be good decision points. It's gonna be a fun time with somebody else. It's not super grindy where I've tweaked the deck to 15% odds this direction or that direction, and it's going to be disappointing if I win or lose. Just very happy with the way that this game feels, how it operates on the table, and how I feel when I'm playing it. Just so whatever that means, that's what that is.
Yeah, I totally
You feel the same
agree.
way, where it's just like there's just no pressure here. It's like it's just enjoyable. They've achieved a really nice vibe when you're playing the game.
Yeah, and it was one of the realities of Keyforge too, which is like you could feel like you were playing a card game without like 90% of the work that goes into playing a card game.
Yeah, so true.
And you can have unique card game experiences every time you like put a new deck on the table or fuse a new, put two new decks together in a way that like spending hours constructing a perfect deck would kind of work.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. Merrick asking, got the starter, but one of the 4 half decks really doesn't combine well with any of the others. Will there be additional half decks to buy soon in the U.S.? What is that product? A booster? There will be
retail release.
There will be decks available, so there'll be a retail release, and then there's expected to be regular releases after that.
They were shooting for 3 months, 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. And so the way that'll work is later this year, when the set comes out, if you're on our subscription service, you'll automatically get charged for a display.
Yeah, 16 decks.
Which comes with 4 boxes that each have 4 decks in them, just like the box you presumably already got. So you get 16 new decks. So there'll be plenty of new decks available. I also think deck trading will get a lot more interesting when you can combine decks. In Keyforge, if a deck was bad, it was usually just bad. In this case, sometimes you're just waiting for the right pair. So I think that'll be a key part of this community is trading and selling and swapping decks that are happening.
Okay, I've got an idea.
You're like actually examining it over here.
So like I did the long game last time, and I actually think I'm gonna try to do a rush game this time. Because I feel like I've seen some things. Like remember you had that venerable slime, and I think that one got worse over time ultimately.
Yeah.
It comes in as a 7/5 venerable slime. So like first turn, that's really strong.
With an armor.
I've got a bunch of stuff that brings minions in for like no good reason. So I think I'm going to play for an early kill and see how that does for me.
The rush strategy.
Yeah, I'm going to optimize for rush and see if I can get...
I'm going to figure my strategy out as we go.
This Arrogant Tactician, 8/4 on level 1. It's a really good rush card of like, better deal with that.
Just value early.
Yeah.
All right, so the way this works, Steve and I each have a Forge Born.
What's up, Marissa? Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome? It's good to see you in the chat there, Marissa.
You made one of those boards. We each have 50 health. It's a little interesting that they didn't print a health stat.
This one? Yeah. They could just doing it on D10s?
They could be variable. Oh, yeah. I remember we did that last time. I was like, well, I don't know.
Go this way.
Let's just see.
It's advertise the product.
That's right.
So 6 times 8 is 48.
You got it.
So
bonus 2.
It's going to be 2 on top.
And then we'll roll a die, and Steven will call evens because he's Steven. It was odd. Did you go first or second last time? You had second?
Last time I went second. Yeah. And so I think the rush strategy, you would ideally want to go second. So you do second, first, second. So you get 2 final swings.
Well, going second, though, your creatures come in the back row unless you have aggressive.
Right. So true. Yeah. First, second, first. It's about you having answers. It's hard.
Yeah. I'll go second.
Game's balanced.
So you'll start with the Forge card in your favor, wherever you want that to be. And then we each have our deck. So each deck is actually 10 different cards, level 1, 2, and 3. Each level has a border. So bronze is level 1, silverish is level 2, and gold is level 3. And it's really cool. You mix all your bronze cards together. We're going to draw 5. And then effectively, we're going to each get to play 2 cards a turn. Every time you play a card, you actually upgrade it. You grab the next level from one of your 2 stacks over here, and you put that in your discard pile. And then when a card leaves play, it actually gets banished. So what happens over time is that I'm going to center this up. The cards you're actually playing get upgraded. And then eventually, towards the end of the game, when you're playing your level 2 and level 3 cards, whatever you played early is what's actually going to be like the most powerful stuff typically.
You know what we were talking about too after the game last time was really just
how bad you beat me.
Yeah, I did. I smoked you. But how awesome when you get into the dance of the game this happens with Flesh and Blood too. I think this is one of the greatest unwritten selling points of a great mini game, Star Wars CCG included. There's a rhythm to the operation of the game that becomes exceedingly satisfying, where you're playing a card, you're picking up your deck, you're putting the new card in, and that kind of like constant flow of movement as you're managing your board is actually extremely enjoyable. A lot of times things go from clunky to enjoyable like that, and whenever new players come into any given game, they are like, this is hard. But once they get the vibe, it's actually one of the most fun things. And I don't think you realize how much you're enjoying it whenever it's happening. Fab is great at this, putting your pitch stack below. Star Wars CCG, shuffling that force below, putting it in the different zones.
It definitely feels, I don't know.
Just doing it. It's like a good fun. Ritual. Yeah, it's just a fun thing to do. I don't know. Call it old-fashioned.
I've been testing for Fab because the new set had been released elsewhere and spoiled. Testing online, and then this week we're back to paper cards because we actually have the cards. The set came out and we can play over webcam, and I enjoy it so much more.
Yeah. All right, I'm playing Cersei today.
Sam's saying I pre-ordered via Team Covenant. Any idea when it releases? Last we heard was like August, September, but we're not the official word on that score. I will say Justin, the founder of Stoneblade, who is responsible for this beautiful creation. I've seen him poking around our Discord channel.
Oh, yeah.
So he would be a good person to ask.
Yeah. Yeah, just went on the retail release.
Mutton Chop saying apparently it looks like late September. Don't know where that info is coming from, but I do trust Mutton Chop. So, a little this, a little that.
You could get with this, or you could get with that. Do we need to define lanes? You want to freestyle it?
We can freestyle it.
Let's just see what that looks like.
Does that make you uncomfortable?
No, not at all.
Wow. This could be a bamboozler. Huh. All right. I like this green half. Seems good, dude. I think the green deck might be the best deck in the
It's pretty good,
pod.
Isn't it? It's real good.
Like that does what? Give me that minion stack. Just not asking for a
Just
friend.
out of curiosity there.
Strictly. All right, I'm blue-red, so technically we can just divide these tokens out. This is for you.
Thanks. Okay. All right, so I'm looking for turn-on-turn value here, aren't I?
Turn on turn value.
Yeah.
Jared
did you
says,
say I'm going first?
Yeah. Jared says Fab, SolForge Fusion, and Keyforge. Man, what a time for card games.
Yeah, it's really, really strong right now. Yeah. Okay, so
I'm just gonna read this. Cersei from the deck. The Risking Conspiracy's Brains. Nailed it. Ooh. I remember this card. Why it appealed to me.
There's so many good decisions to be made.
I'm curious, anyone watching this live or back in the future, if you got it on the Kickstarter and you have your decks, have you played? And if so, how are you feeling about the game? Now that you have it physically in your hands and you're able to play it and you have your own decks?
2-4 versus 4-4. That's 6. So I just kind of want a lot of value here. Let's play. I'm gonna go right in the middle. Voltaic Prophet.
Okay.
Spell was played. I get 3 armor, including yours. Put the level 2 in my deck.
Hooked you up with the dice.
Thanks.
5, he says.
He's a big one.
He's a beefy guy. I'm going to play a Raging Lasher. He's aggressive, so he actually does go there. And I'll do 3 damage here.
Okay.
I was hoping he'd play a little, a little baby. That he could just punch.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Punching babies.
Glad I have real stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so aggressive there. So smart money says you're probably going to try to kill that guy, huh?
That guy?
Yeah.
Couldn't possibly know what you're talking about.
But will you do it successfully, I guess, is the question.
I can't do it with the spell.
Technically you could, because this activation ability, I have to go on my turn. So it would have to be a spell here.
Okay, let's get it done.
So play value here. So I'm going to go right next to him. Stout Shambler. If a creature of mine is destroyed, deal a damage to you, and I gain a life.
Ah, that's a great play.
Yeah.
That guy is awesome. Someone said the keyword stout makes him get the big health.
Yeah.
He normally is kind of a weak, but he has a good ability.
Yeah, he's just going to sit on the board, hopefully, and give me some value forever.
Yeah. Okay.
Merrick asks, any advice on how to remember basically to shuffle after 3 rounds?
It's the most exciting part of the game, so I never forget. Yeah, usually your deck is just really thin. If you draw your deck and it's gone, you've gone too far. That's just a discard situation.
Yeah, so if you draw and there's no deck left, it's just discard them and shuffle everything in. Mm-hmm. It takes a little time. It probably took us 5-10 games to really get in the flow, and now it's super natural. Nice. Only played 3 times so far, but I really enjoy it. From King of Odonati here. Had 1 blowout game with 73 attack coming at me at 6 health. That's the thing is it has those big in-game moments that are actually quite cool. Just really cool. And you kind of have to accept that it can be a game of insanity at the end.
Yeah. Let me just look at something real quick. I mean, I think the in-game level 3 stuff is supposed to be potentially game ending, but you should both have it going on.
Yeah.
So it just escalates quickly. We're gonna play a summoning council.
Some wisps.
Which is gonna let me get 2 wisps. I'm gonna put 1 here and 1 here.
It's a good trade there.
Yeah. And then that's the end of the turn. It's so simple.
Combat away. I'm going to take 3 from you here.
Yeah.
These are going to kill each other.
You got it.
Activate Stout Shambler, gain a life. You lose a life.
On it.
And then 2.
Oh man, I forgot about this.
And then 5. Oh, booze of sorts.
Are you
Here,
you were on a break for a minute.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if you still are.
What's a break,
I need to...
For the good of the program.
I'm going to let you explain why we're drinking
if
on a
this
Wednesday
is,
afternoon.
If it even is, it could be a
mocktail?
It could be mocked.
Oh, that'd be... You know what? That'd be next level.
We'll have some of those for sure at the store.
Yeah. My wife requested, please.
Yeah, you don't want to just you don't want to form a culture that requires consumption. It's there if you want it. Anyway, as Zach was saying, we are diligently working on building the 3rd iteration of our retail environment after a whole lot of thinking and rethinking, and we're kind of trying to maneuver past the building costs going up right now. So we're going to try to figure out how to thread that needle.
And this drink is beautiful. Cheers. Hey, cheers.
Yeah,
cheers to you.
It's beautiful.
Cheers to all of you. And cheers to SolForge, to Stoneblade, for making this game. It was, I think, a lot of... Now that we're nowhere near out of the woods, but it feels like there's a lot of momentum behind the game. Mm-hmm. A lot of interest. But I know from our various interviews on the podcast with Justin and talks with him, this was not an obvious choice.
Yeah.
So kudos to everyone out there taking risks to make the world a little bit more enjoyable.
All right. I'm going to discard and draw up. Ready to go?
What am I drinking? Have you had it yet?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it is?
I think so.
Does it have booze in it?
Yeah. Nothing tastes like that. It didn't have booze in it.
Also important, after resolving combat, which we just did, you discard the rest of your hand, draw 5.
Flip the forge.
And then the other player's going first.
Oh, now this is a fascinating little deck.
Oh, man.
Boy, I just caught, and sometimes you just catch the cards at the wrong time. Like I got all my stealth stuff on my defending turn, and it's like if I had had the stealth on the first turn,
Yep.
that would have been great. Which is, that's the whole point of card games. You gotta adapt to what the deck spits out.
Alex says, speaking of which, any updates on the physical building of the store?
It's tough. It's tough.
Turns out building something
Costs
is tough.
have gone up,
Yeah.
basically.
Yes,
really
they have.
They really have.
So we've been going through a phase with the architects on designing what this is actually going to look like and be in the space and all that kind of stuff. A lot of stuff to work out generally, but then you have material shortages, material costs going up in certain areas and certain pieces. So it's a lot to balance, and we're just working through that. And we really do want to build the best place in the world to play tabletop games. And so we're not in a rush to do it, but we also don't want to wait forever. So it's a balancing act.
Man,
I want to do that.
I got some real big decision genes here.
Okay.
What's up, Van? Stream could start.
I like that.
Ooh, just gonna have to take a gamble here.
All right, let's go value. We're going to play Fleet Ice Crusher. He's got 4 attack, 5 life.
That's not gonna kill me.
He has mobility 1.
Ooh, man, that ability is good.
Yeah.
Mobility aggressive is sick.
So he enters, can you imagine on defense what you can do? Anyways, mobility and aggressive. So he's actually got a good ability both directions. If it's your turn, you go to the front anyway. I can put him here, and he can literally end up in either of these spots this turn.
Can scoot.
Yeah. And then on the other side, he's aggressive. So it's really nice that he can get up in there.
Okay. Me? As for me,
King of voted on it, asking if we have a preferred format. The preferred format so far is bring
Shuffle 'em up.
2 decks and play. We haven't gone deep enough to explore formats at this point.
I love this card, and I'm seeing a mini theme in this deck that is just exciting. This is the Dark Heart Sorcerer level 1.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
Frosty Falcon. I've played only solo against my own decks, against myself on Tabletop Simulator so far. How is the TTS mod? I've heard it's really great.
Speaking of value. So now I've got 2 things on the board. Play a spell, deal 2 to you, gain 2. Destroy a creature, deal 1 to you, gain 1 for me. So I'm like building like an engine that is getting exciting. So don't kill anything, please.
Okay. I will immediately. I'm going to play Botanimate.
Botanimate.
Choose a level 1 enemy creature. The opponent replaces it with a wisp minion.
You are such a...
So I'm going to choose that guy.
At least it still kills you. That's some noble sacrifice, I guess.
Yeah. We'll upgrade this.
And replacing, does that destroy? I can't remember. Is that considered a destroy effect?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Anybody out there know if replacing, if it, I think it's either the text says destroy the creature and replace it with X. We probably have it in the rules somewhere. Look up replace. Is there like a terms or a glossary somewhere?
Their new website is slapping.
Ooh, that looks good, man.
Yeah, hold on.
That's a real website.
Yeah.
They did a modern framework.
It's because they...
You can tell.
You go on to register your decks and stuff now, so they launched a whole new...
Good.
It's really good.
Upgrade, yeah.
Replacing...
Like a FAQ, maybe?
If you have a... FAQ didn't... It seemed less...
It's not destroyed, says the great Ziggy, which I believe.
I agree. Also, Tones My Bones asking, are you guys going to play in the tournament at Gen Con? If I was at Gen Con, I would love to do that. Right now, as of this moment, I'm not planning to go to Gen Con. But, you know what? I'm not saying it's 100% out of the question. I'm just 99% not going.
Anything's possible.
I think my wife might have something to say about me taking yet another trip. So I replaced that and I gained 2 life here. That's what that says, but we're not done yet.
You got a free thing?
Oh, you know it. Primal Surge. Give a creature +2 attack and 2 armor this turn. So you have 2 armor tokens? Let's just get this going. If I've gained life this turn, which I now have, this is free. Free means I can play it without spending an action.
Dude, you got combo wombo over there.
I came to this party to win. Last week, I need some retribution.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing.
You're playing the old green deck wins.
Hypothetically, I could mobility my way around, but at this point, I'm not taking any damage. I'm taking a creature off the board. We like the stock. We'll leave it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is gross.
Yep.
Basically.
Frosty Falcon. Tabletop Simulator mod is great. Auto levels the cards and allows you to change creatures' health power very easily. Rob's saying the rules need to be better. What is that? What's wrong with the rules?
Yeah, rules are fine. I've heard a lot of people complaining about a number of games now, SolForge and Sorcery, and it's like, I just don't understand. I guess the idea is like everything's supposed to be super streamlined. I was thinking about this just the other day, actually. I almost posted about it, but after just kind of a silly argument on about Sorcery and there's this kind of weird tension.
That's what you're talking about.
There's this weird tension of it's such a successful game and the art's beautiful, but that must mean that the game isn't very good because they spent their points somewhere else, or that you shouldn't be putting cards under other cards. Whatever it is, all the different things that the older games did that we love that you would assume a modern game would never do. And one of the realizations that I had about the experiences that we were having with, let's say, Star Wars CCG or even Pokemon at a certain point, versus the experience we're having with Flesh and Blood, which is a very streamlined, comprehensive rules, tournament, organized play game, which streamlined, comprehensive rules and tournaments go together to me.
100%.
And so then modern game design theory, I think, and how Magic led the way on this was that it's all about everything being so well-defined and so templated and et cetera, et cetera. And so I think it's weird whenever a game like Sorcery comes out and doesn't really follow that model, but still is super successful. And the main point was, what you do whenever you leave room for players to work it out or to interpret as they like, you get less good or clean when it comes to tournaments. But I think you give players actually a greater sense of ownership over the experience. And so it leads to things where it's like, hey, I think that card's too good. Don't play that anymore. And we'd be like, yeah, that's right. And you just don't play the card.
Yeah.
Or how should this interaction work out? And we're like, well, it says it drowns, so probably is dead, right? And then we move on.
Yeah.
But we're actively creating the experience more like a role-playing game.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
We're interested in the dynamic at the table and both of us having fun, as opposed to what is by the letter. And what that leads to also is whenever there's a rules problem or whenever a rule in Fab isn't super tight, everybody says, hey, publisher, you screwed this up and you're supposed to be perfect at this. And so everybody points over there. Whereas it used to be we would just say we don't care what Decipher says. We're just going to play Han Solo the way that we think is fair. Yeah. And so I like that ownership element of it. And maybe there's a comeback in that.
Yeah. And I do think that the
nostalgia in it for sure.
The role-playing reference is really strong because, I've played role-playing games and it's on the game master to enforce the rules as they decide. And what should, and there's some stuff, right? It's you swing your sword at a creature and there's a rule system in a lot of games for that interaction. But there's all kinds of just controlling the system that happens there. And, the reality of Sorcery is if what you're looking for is a really tight, clean tournament game.
I think is a good way to put it, yeah.
Then I don't, in my mind, and especially with the Fab comparison.
It ain't it.
Fab may well be the greatest tournament design game.
I mean, it was from the ground up. That was the goal
of all time.
Right.
It's so clear that was the mission they were on from the beginning of design. They were creating a game that could be played at tournament level.
Yeah, because if you're going to have $20,000 on the line, everything must be clean.
Yeah. But anyways, I don't know. I'm just not. It's kind of like when I go. It's honestly how I go into some movies where like, and it's fine if you go to a movie and you want to be super critical about it, and like, this is the plot hole, and like this whatever. But like so many movies that I'm going to, especially like any Marvel movie is a good example, or even any Star Wars content at this point, it's like, I don't know, like I'm just gonna enjoy it and enjoy what I enjoy about it, and like I do love a really well executed movie. Like I think Thor Ragnarok is a good example of just like, this is a well done movie across the board. But all that to say, like, when we play Sorcery, even in its infant state, like pre-Kickstarter, very rough rules and stuff, I didn't have almost any problems, and like it just worked. It was kind of crazy. I don't know.
And I think King of Nana and Rob are right that like there are some interactions here, like the question I just asked, that aren't defined and should be. Like, is that considered destruction? Totally should be. But there's also space for the old days, if you will, where you and I would be sitting here without the internet and say, you think replacing is destroying? And it's like, probably not.
You do one of them, and then you write it. You write it down, and you try to find it on Rebel Basers later or whatever.
Yeah, right. And we move on, and we try to find what's fair.
It's also worth mentioning too. Like, this game is not out yet.
Yeah.
Like, it kickstarted. They've shipped the Kickstarter stuff, and a big part of why games do that is that they refine themselves by the time they're actually full scale retail releasing. So if you have any gross questions, if you're watching this back or whatever, definitely hit our Discord up, hit in the SolForge channel, post it there.
Shadow will get you.
And there are people around that can answer a lot of these questions. And then also, if it's not somewhere that you can find it on their website, that's good feedback. This is not a giant publisher.
Yeah.
Like, so there's a handful of people doing a lot of stuff to make this game possible. So yeah, if you have anything missing like that, feel free to point it out. I think bringing that to in a positive way is like super helpful actually to the publisher.
Because the system here is super tight.
Unreal, yeah.
So it's just like little interactions that need definition, and FFG dealt with that a lot.
Now, where in the heck are we in this game?
I need to play a card, but honestly, I don't like any of my options, and I feel like I force myself into trying to like be rushy when it's not at all what the deck wants to do. So like I'm not gonna play into something that's not right.
It'd be kind of cool if there was if you haven't played any cards this turn, you could literally just banish your entire hand, draw 5 again, but those 5 cards are gone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, right.
You get that like once a game, you know?
That could be a cool Phoenixborn ability.
Yeah. You mean Forgeborn?
Yeah, sorry. I'll say that probably for the rest of my life.
Yeah, it's not going away.
Okay, really the question here is, you've got 2 cards in hand, you played 2 spells. This is a problematic situation for me.
Yep.
Strictly.
I like Frosty Falcon's comment here. He says, I like how the game can easily be resumed after having the game on pause.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, that is like one of the hallmarks of, I think, a great kitchen table game. Not that I think this can actually be a tournament game. But is that if someone shows up at the door or a new person shows up and you can just pause and be off the table for 30 minutes and come back and not be confused about what's happening, that's a huge, huge value prop.
That's true.
This your second action?
Yeah, last action here. I'm going to play the Venerable Drone level 1. It's a 4/7. My thinking here is that if you want to mobile over here, you're still going to die. Or wrong.
Not even close.
Wrong.
Now, that said, though...
That's why it's important.
I don't think I can mobile on your turn.
No, but you're about to take one. Are you not?
No, I was first.
Oh, this is the final play.
This is it. This is your final play.
I feel better about that then. Hold on a second. What's cool, so I can play the drone here and set up for next turn. Or I could play a Portal Shade here, activate it, give this guy +5 to bring him to 7, and then we kill each other, and we reset the board.
Yeah. Which is fine.
So the question is like really where, let's see what the level 2 Portal Shade is. That might help me make my decision, kind of where that goes.
I think the last one is like +13.
Yeah. 8/6 stealth. I like the stealth creatures. Let's make that play. Let's go Portal Shade here. Activate +5. It just feels bad from a tempo perspective. I've lost 2 health. You're 3 up, and the board is fresh, so you're 2 ahead. There's nothing past that has happened.
Yeah,
we're gonna do it. Portal Shade level 1 happening. It's gone. We'll put the big one in.
Yeah. And essentially, we're gonna clear each other out.
Yeah, we'll just clear each other out.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, right.
I thought I definitely had this Ice Crusher on for a minute.
So Wisp will trigger here for 1 and 1. Is it a creature? No, it's a minion. No, it's a minion creature. It says it right there in the lobby.
Yeah.
So
Right
you
there
lose
in the
one,
lobby.
gain one. And then good example of a rules question. Do we know, does this go on the stack effectively? Or when
All
it
this
dies?
is simultaneous.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does it trigger itself?
I don't know that answer.
That's a great question. Speaking of
Shadow's
rules.
saying 3 shambling creatures or triggers.
Portal Shade destroys itself.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
Synergy.
Shadow's in the chat. Power, crash, bang. What is activate? So activate is something you do in your turn. You basically exhaust a creature, and they use their activate ability. But they can only do that once per turn, basically, because once they've activated, they're exhausted.
That's so awesome.
And exhausted doesn't prevent them from like attacking or whatever.
Portal Shade Shambler combo is sick.
Yeah.
So Portal Shade activates, destroys itself, triggers Shambler. Wisp dies, triggers Shambler. Shambler dies, triggers Shambler.
Now you're 3 ahead, and the board's
cool.
clear. Actually,
That's way cooler.
you walked into an advantage on accident.
You know, it's called instinct.
Thanks, Shadow.
It's called instinct, man.
I think it's called Shadow.
You lost 3 health there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Okay. Game's fun, man.
The game is fun.
These little early exchanges are my favorite. Man. Cool.
Activate does not take an action. So action is specifically like playing a card. But you can only activate on your turn.
Oh, man. Dude, this combination, this Necrotic Creeper level 1. Oh, sorry, yeah.
You're good. I'm just telling you.
I'm gonna play one.
Combo breaker.
Yeah, I mean, oh my god, these come together nice.
You're going to scold me again, aren't you? Son of a
Maybe.
gun.
I think I'm just too good at this.
You know, it might be true. I blossom late in a format. I'm an experiential learner. Like I did way better at Fab and Tales of Aria at the end of the format
Yeah.
because I just needed to play like 50 sealeds before I was any good.
All right, I'm gonna put Venerable Slime in the middle lane here.
Okay.
That's the point of the deck here. Just a big old slime, 7/5, 1 armor.
The creature that gets worse as we go is the point of the deck.
Well, you only play it once. 7/5 here with 1 armor, so that's good, right? Mm-hmm. Pack Crash Bang, and it takes an action, does not take an action. The activate is free to do. So you can play a thing and then activate it immediately.
We're going to play a Combat Druid, level 1. Well, I can play a Wisp minion when I play it.
With. Cool. Okay. Yeah, check this out. Oof. Issue play to me lane. Okay. Let's go here. Look at this. Necrotic Creeper, level 1. So the Creeper is already awesome because it's deploy, deal 5 unless you destroy a creature of yours.
Yeah.
So up to you. And then when this is destroyed, I can play a mindless zombie into its lane. So I've never seen it with the second text. I've only seen it with the they can destroy it or not. So it has so much value just on the table. It's wild. Would you like to destroy a creature or take 5 damage?
Give me a second on that one. Eric's saying, didn't Steve's creature have 2 attack plus 5, so 7, and Maya was at 6 health with 2 armor. So I was at 5 health with 2 armor. So his 7 was actually on the money to kill the level 1 Fleet Ice Crusher. I will destroy this thing. Because, yeah, of course. Of course I did.
I mean, destroy it takes 7, or you have to play another creature. Then that's fair.
All right. Mine?
Yeah.
We're going to play a Combat Warstoker.
Oh, look at you go, man. 8/4.
So he's a beefy boy. And then I'll pass to the end of turn.
All right, we're done. You take 2, I take 3. So I go to 1. We have a battle of the century there.
Yeah.
And then we kill each other.
We
here.
nuke each other, yeah. Right. Welcome to the internet. All right, so let me discard a hand. This is going to flip. And then if I look, there's literally 5 cards left in my deck, so it's time to reshuffle. And I always do a thing where I count.
Yeah, 5, and make sure that you've got 4,
15,
1, 2, 3,
5
4,
left.
5,
That's
1,
20.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Means
We're
I
clean.
did it perfectly. And then technically when you play a level 3, it doesn't upgrade anything to the discard pile. So once you get to there, you just have to factor in how many level 3s are around. You should be
It's a close game, man.
Yeah. We're just getting warmed up. Your old rush strategy is...
It's not a rush strategy. The deck is not built for that.
I don't think you can rush at all.
Well, it was a bummer, too, that Arrogant Tactician was one of the unplayable cards in my last 5. Like my 8-4 that I was kind of like, that's a rush card, right?
Yeah, just a body. My level 2 ability on Sunder from the deck, Circular Eluding Princesses, is play up to 2 Spell Sprite minions, and I can do that on any of my turns.
Dang, you got a minion-heavy deck, I feel like. You're playing a lot of minions. Turn myself into wisps and make your own. Summon 2 wisps. Play a wisp when you destroy that thing or deploy that thing. Mine is destroy a level 1 creature, so watch out.
Just play level 2s is what you're saying.
Yeah. Except for the one you have on the board, of course. Alright, so I've got the last play of this round.
Wow. Wow. All right. So I'm first. This guy slides up. That's the way. The way. I'm going to play a Summoning Council. I get a Wisp and an Oak Father.
Dude, we're about to be in combat. This is happening. An 8/8. That is a real thing there, isn't it?
It is a beefy boy. All right, Summoning Council upgraded to level 3. Let's go. That is a real thing. Let's get these loaded up. This Earth stack has the beef.
It is a beefy stack. It's real beefy. David actions the ability of the creature still activate even if it does not survive battles. So like anything that's going to happen happens. I don't know how to. You only activate abilities if you want to activate them.
The activate ability, but like triggers.
Yeah.
If it's all during combat, would still. So that's why on your Boogeyman, what's his name?
Stout Shamber. We'll play him.
There he is. He reminds me of Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. Anyways, if he's getting destroyed, he can trigger because it's all simultaneous. So.
Stout Shamber level 2 coming in.
Torres88 saying, or Alex Becker saying, return of Zach's Beefy Boys. And Torres says he needs a shirt that says Zach's Beefy Boys. I want to get the rights to that. What was the Beefy Elf from Spoils?
Yeah, that was it.
He's the mascot for the Beefy Boys. All right, over to me.
Yeah.
3 attack, eh?
We're calling, this is middle, yeah?
This is middle.
That's middle, right? Yeah, you're right.
Right down.
Playing some Zen, Zen SolForge. Kind of looks great on the screen, actually.
It kind of looks great. Agreed. Well, this just makes too much sense. Just making plain sense over here in Senseland. We're going to play Combat Druid level 2. I may replace another creature with an Oakfather minion. Come on now.
Who's the rush man now?
Yeah, this is the Beefy Boy strategy. Put down the beef.
We have so stupid. That rebrand it drives me insane.
We have the meats.
There are 2 things that drive me crazy. One, Schlotsky's
and Arby's.
Schlotsky's partnering with Cinnabon makes no sense whatsoever. It offends me that somebody made that decision. Not the target audience at all. Who's going to Schlotsky's who also wants a 7-pound cinnamon roll?
To be fair, you have to imagine psychologically the people who are like, you know what? I'm not going to go to McDonald's or Arby's or Burger King. And they're going to, hold on.
Because they're looking for a healthier and fresher option, not a 5-pound cinnamon roll.
And now that you just had your 1,200 calorie salad, right? You're sitting there and you're thinking, you know what?
Get that olive spread.
I did good. I'm feeling good. So I'm just gonna
6,000 calories.
just gonna get a little treat. I just want a 7-pound cinnamon roll. Psychologically, that is the same person. I'm gonna be honest.
way, man.
I'm gonna be honest, dude.
No way. What you need, if you're Slatsky's, you roll out with, hey, do you want an alternative to a greasy hamburger? Look at this beautiful, fresh, clean opportunity you have in front of you for a nice, homemade, fresh sandwich that isn't just a greaser.
Here's the
And
thing.
instead, you add more grease.
I just want to pull up the nutritional information on Slatsky's.
In this Arby's We Have the Meats thing, just have roast beef. That's all you have to do is be awesome at roast beef.
Now check this out. The deluxe original, whatever that is,
Yeah.
the small sandwich, 800 calories.
Yeah.
It's just the sandwich.
That's more than a third of my daily for sure.
Definitely.
I'm about 2,000.
The
for my
large
height.
deluxe original,
Yeah.
2,040 calories.
Nobody gets the large though. It's the size of a pizza, man. You shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do that. Yeah, but it's about marketing, man. It's not about
Yeah, I know.
calories.
I know.
How do they fit that many calories
I
in a
don't know,
sandwich?
man. It's impressive.
It's all in the bread.
Yeah, it's all in the butter,
It's
dude.
all in that bread, yeah.
Anyways, I get your point.
Yeah.
Slatsky's as a brand could be the healthy alternative, and instead they partnered with Cinnabon. Interesting choice.
Yeah, wrong choice.
Then the other side is going back to Arby's. Look, it's in the name. Roast beefs. Arby's. That's where it comes from.
Yeah, RB, roast beef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one thing I care about at Arby's, and it's the curly fries. Just kidding.
Yeah.
It's roast beef sandwiches and curly fries. That's just what you do. They need to go
They're
in and out on
style,
this.
dude.
Yeah, it's like
So
literally,
easy.
You have one. It's like you're getting a roast beef sandwich.
Yeah.
When you come here. Period.
Yeah. Do you want the cheese sauce on it or not?
100%.
You can have the cheese sauce or not.
You want onions on it or whatever.
Maybe you can do a few toppings, but it's a
And they
roast
have,
beef sandwich.
you have a
with
secret
curly
menu
fries.
like an animal style, but it's
Sure.
the
and,
RB classic
and the
style.
turnovers. The turnovers are pretty okay too.
At dessert's fine.
Yeah.
That's
It's a
vertical,
3-course meal.
Right? Don't go
Right.
wide, go tall.
You know what's crazy? Back in the day, you remember this?
They can even have the Jamocha shakes. You ever have one of those?
Of course, they'll have the.
Yeah, those are
shakes.
great.
Yeah. The 5 for 5. Remember the 5 for 5? That was the Arby's, dude.
Dude.
We ate at Arby's so much. 5 for 5. You feel me?
Arby's 5 for 5 is legendary in my house.
Beef and cheddar, roast beef sandwich, curly fries.
Dude, my grandma would at one point, because I had 3 brothers and then like a lot of cousins, and Sundays would be like 50 people at my grandma's
Yeah,
house.
that 10 5 for 5s will feed a family there.
At one point, she ordered 150 roast beef sandwiches on the 5 for 5s. You know what I mean? So it was 30 5 for 5s, all roast beef sandwiches. She called it in.
Yeah,
Because it was
of
20-minute
course.
drive to Claremont.
Yeah.
And she wanted to be ready when she got there.
It's $150, right?
So she got there, yeah. And they were like, we thought someone was messing with us.
yeah,
So they didn't actually make it.
yeah,
So then she waited there and she was so upset.
yeah.
They ended up giving her a big discount because
Dude.
they thought she was joking. She was ordering so many 5 for 5s. Anyway, carry on.
You know what it is now? 4 for 10, only roast beef sandwiches. Tell me a lesson in inflation and or corporate greed. I don't know which one it is, but I know those roast beef sandwiches have gotten smaller.
Way smaller.
And I know the 5 for 5 is a relic.
For a long time, I thought it was because I got bigger.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
I was like, when I was a kid, I felt like
this is a sandwich for ants.
Yeah, I felt like these sandwiches were like significant
They
sandwiches.
were, though. They were.
Yeah.
Those are the good old days.
Anyways,
Those are the good old days. Okay, I have no good plays here, man.
Alex says, Zach's just waiting for Arby's to bring in the overnight oats to the 5 for 5. Torres says, Covenant, come for the card game, stay for the get off my lawn fans.
Yeah, that's so true. Man, can you imagine what it's going to be like, and who knows how many years it's going to take?
Great Zadie saying apparently the Arby's name actually comes from the founders, not the roast beef. I have no idea.
Yeah, I did actually, but you got to play into the RB, don't you?
Mark wants to know why his nutritional education stream is being interrupted by some kind of card game. What do you got to deal with my roast beef sandwich?
It's not good. I mean, look at how much beef you. Somehow, what is this,
Dude, I'm telling you, the green deck is good. This
You
is
got
all
the
greens.
4 for 8 here.
This is not about anything but the greens.
But I'm building an engine.
A man of taste, I see.
Okay, let's see. Give a creature -4. Give a spirit +2. I don't need to do that.
The Great Zigany is saying Raffle Brothers, apparently. RB. But it could be all these things.
Yeah, you can play into anything you need.
Where
to
does
play
Covenant
into.
come from? You know, you could ask different people and get very different opinions.
Zach wrote it on a box one day.
See, at some point you said Steven wrote it on the box. Who wrote it on the box? I don't know. All of a sudden, actually, it was my last name.
Arrogant tactician. Yeah, Zach Covenant. level
I'm definitely
one.
changing my last name now. Can you imagine getting paired in the gym against that? Zach Covenant. What?
All right, here we go. Let's look at this, though.
Hey, that's pretty beefy.
You ready to resolve?
Yeah. I am very ready to resolve.
Let's go. Stout Shambler does nothing, of course. It's going to move up. These things are going to die, and there's going to be some things that happen. Now, all these things go on like the stack effectively, but they don't actually happen yet, right? When this is destroyed, play a mindless zombie minion in this lane.
Yeah.
Like, so that's going to happen, but it wouldn't immediately do damage.
That's right.
To you.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. So a couple of things are going to happen. Mindless zombie will come into this lane and deal 2 damage to you, gain 2 damage.
I'm just going to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, just go ahead and do it. It's easy. So I gain 2. Then we'll have a battle here. Both things will die. Yep. You'll lose 2. I'll gain 2.
Why do I lose 2?
For the Shambler.
So one more.
Yeah, I'm just going to do it now.
The way you were saying it made me feel like I was losing 2 more.
Okay. It's 2. This guy's a 2 now. You feel me on that? It's 2 damage every time.
Oh, I'm
so you
taking
should take 4
two
and
more.
I'll gain 4.
Wow.
Yeah,
so good.
Got the engine, dude. But then I will take 8 plus 5 is 12. 13.
Yeah. I see. Now I'm starting to see how he's winning all these games. Lucas says, well, this 13. Is awkward. I came here for Fabulous Tuesday stream. Turns out it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
We'll stay for the Fabulous Wednesday stream. Oh, yeah. Hey.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Breakthrough. How much health did this guy have? They had breakthrough. The fathers.
Are you kidding me?
No. They had 4 health, right? So you should take 4 more.
I didn't read that.
Well, it's there in bold.
Here, put a...
What?
Should we just take...
You don't want to leave the Oak Father out. You take the 4, but get him off the table.
Who cares about an Oak Father, man? It's a minion. I'll take 4, yeah.
That's doing it. 8 with breakthrough. It will keep being a problem.
There's no good way to do this. Okay, and then I'll slide up. Shadow
coming through and making sure it's fair. He's like the referee in a wrestling match.
Yeah.
Just don't slow count me on this pin in a second. All right, I'm going to discard. Forge is going to pass to you. Draw my 5.
Okay. Discard here. That's 5 cards. I've successfully done it.
The zombies come in at 3, eh?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Honestly, at this point, it's just like, I just kind of want you to kill all my stuff. Because I'm stout shambling.
He's a shambling man.
And then I'm the guy.
You're the captain now.
This is crazy. Okay. I'm the guy. Well.
Smiro saying, didn't read it, didn't happen, roll. Clearly not on the table.
What's the right? There's a right play here.
Do you ever feel like you're about to get dunked on?
Yes.
Glorious. My numbers are good. This red-green deck is really speaking to me.
You got beefers, man.
Yeah. I believe, though. You can wiggle.
I'm a wiggler. Yeah. Okay. We got this. We got this.
AC. What's up, guys? What's going on? Sounds like Van. Joseph Kane in the chat. How you doing, man?
Okay. This could be a big play. I need more actions. I need more actions. I'm just gonna play a Venerable Slime right there in the lobby. I told myself I wouldn't play him again, but there he is. 9/6 with 2 armor, so you get no breakthrough. At least until you do something about it. He becomes a 10-7 for you. That's very bad. I've made a deal with the devil on this one. It's only getting worse.
That's where I ended up last time.
Yeah. And then you're just making beef after beef.
How'd you know my plan?
The beef factory. What's up, AC? Did you say that already?
I did, yeah, but it's cool. We can both greet.
Sup to AC tonight, man. It's hot in Oklahoma.
Look at this. I'm playing in the right row. We're going to play a stout worm.
Okay, we're not scared yet.
We're not done yet.
It's 5 over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? We'll make a trade here. We're making a trade, man. We're making a trade. I'm going to play Gauntlets of Solgrim. Deal 3 damage to this creature.
Mm-hmm.
And then give a creature 3 armor. I'm going to give it here.
Wow.
So I'm going to go 5 armor on that.
That's a good trade.
We're going to try to do a swip swap here.
Yeah.
A swip swap and rival win a time travel. My mind goes back to the beats
I
that
knew that's
about.
exactly where you're going.
You play Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2?
Dude, I Tony Hawked for days. What do you call it when you do the move that keeps you going on your
Manual.
manual?
Yeah.
It's very unrealistic. I've manual all the way across that park. It's like
Down the shopping mall. Yeah.
1 million points. Yeah. All right. That was your last play of the turn.
Yeah, that's right. I need to hold on. I haven't been keeping my board tidy. Gauntlets needs to go in.
Getting a little loose here.
And it doesn't stay on the board, obviously.
All right. I'm gonna play a level 2 Raging Lasher. He's aggressive. Aggressive.
Ah, come on. You undid my stuff.
And when I play him,
Well, you got a decision to make, don't you?
he says, deal 5 damage to another creature.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do 5 damage to your Shambling Man.
Yeah, of course you are. I'm now dying. Okay.
But that's okay. We will die together.
Yeah.
And then that's the end of the turn. So let's resolve.
Kill each other. You take 2. I gain 2.
Yep. It's good value.
It feels good every time. You take 3 from the zombie. I take 5 armor. Go to 3 from 8.
You destroy me?
You did.
Then you take 10?
And I take 10, yeah.
Just cash 10.
What are you at over there? Yeah, you're still, oof. You're burning me down, man. It does not look good.
Oof.
I've been playing like trash cards, too.
That's the problem I ended up in last time. Flip the 4s, draw a 5. I'm first this time. Look at all these shiny silvers. Wow.
Dang, creature sitting at 3 health is horrible for me. You really had these at the right time in the turn sequence. These aggressive creatures. Totally Random Studios is loving your deck of lightning, dragons, fire monsters, and trees.
I'm a fan.
Game puts it together, doesn't it?
Love it.
Hope you don't have a do 3 to everything card.
That would be something. Well,
Oh, I could use my Forge Worm. What did you have? You have a level 1 in front of me over there? Ah, so good. That would have been the right thing to do. I'm failing.
Mm-hmm.
You can be good at this game. More to say you can be bad at it.
That's just killer, honestly.
If I don't use this turn, I don't get to use it ever again, right?
That's right.
So if you don't play level 1, I'm hosed. If you're smart. What's
Yeah.
yours do?
2 spells.
Did you already do that?
I haven't done it.
You haven't done it?
No.
Well, at least if you do it, I can do it in response. I can kill a wisp. It's level 1, right?
Wisp. It's not a level at all.
Yeah, it is.
It is level 1, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that seems silly.
Man, Shadow, that would have been so much better. It's disappointing. It's sad. What is it that weird kid from the food review says? I've disappointed myself, and I can't remember.
Let me look at some
Super food reviews or something. Is everything in focus? It looks good.
You're beyond me.
My disappointment is immeasurable, I think. That's what he says. I feel like Shadow might be good at this game.
Perhaps. Let's go a Fleet Ice Crusher level 2.
Yeah, that's right. Thomas has got me. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined.
I'm gonna start using that.
Come on, man. What is this over here?
I told you, man. Sax Beefy Boys.
Dude, you are playing good stuff. Why are you playing stuff so much better than mine? This is horrible. Come on, man.
Come on, man. I love the Come On Man segment on ESPN.
I'm going to play a Dark Heart Sorcerer level 2 here. It's a good trade. Defender, and when I play a spell, deal 3 to a player, gain 3. So I'm at least good at treading water with this deck.
He's good.
I almost want to give this another run. I feel like I could have been better here.
Could
A
have been a
lot
contender.
better. A lot better, actually.
Mine?
Yeah.
Well, let's use my ability. Play 2 sprites. Bum, bum, bum. And then I'm gonna play.
Don't you do it, man.
You know,
If you do something that clears a bunch of stuff, I'm going to freak out.
he just leaves. He's gone. Primal Surge level 2. Give a creature +5. And 5 armor.
Oh my gosh, what a perfect card.
If I had gained life this turn, it would have been free.
Man, that's the worst.
Wrong.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm just here to make your life very tough.
Okay. All right, so we'll use our ability off the.
Oh,
off the
you know
top
what?
here.
Hold on. Those aren't sprites at all.
All right. What do sprites look like?
This is a sprite. Look at that guy. I think that's a Kickstarter version because it's got a little thing on it.
Now that's what I call sprite. All right, I'm going to use my level 1 and kill this thing. And then. Is that cool?
Oh, you know what? I played a spell. So they each get +2 attack. But yes.
Really?
That might change your mind. Yeah.
You just get to do that?
That's what they say on the card.
When did you do that?
I played the spell to give him +1.
Oh, right.
After I did my ability.
That's a good. That's
so this is one you want to kill based on that?
Yeah, I'll kill that. Yeah. I just want the 9 to go through. Yeah.
Checks out.
And then my actual play for the turn, I think I'm looking at long-term value here. Yeah. Yep. Health is a resource, right?
Yep.
Oh, no. But, like, I'm still going to take 13. That's fine. That's fine. We're going to play a level 1 Energy Prison. Give a creature -7 attack. This one.
Boo.
Upgrade a card in my hand and discard it.
Boo.
I'm going to upgrade Voltaic Prophet.
Uh-huh.
And then discard it.
I thought I had the perfect play.
And then this is going to trigger when I play a spell, deal 3 to you, and I gain 3 life.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I got a little engine that could here.
He's got to go.
And resolve.
Take 8.
Taking 8. This is 9, so I'll get under 1.
It's destroyed here. You go down to 0.
Yeah.
I go to 1.
Yeah, that's right.
I take 9.
Yeah.
I do 3.
Yeah.
I have 5 armor.
7.
So nothing happens.
And then all your armor effectively goes off at the end of the turn.
Then you take 5.
7, 3, and then I take 5. That's right.
It's Combat Druid's doing some work.
Yeah.
Then we discard. Forge switches. We're down to the last 5, so I'm going to count my cards.
What's your level 3 ability?
You do not want to know. Check this out. I didn't realize how good it was.
I missed an upgrade. I need to grab
Yeah, me too. Gathering Storm. You ready for this? When you play a spell this turn,
don't
every time you play a spell,
don't
right,
read it.
deal 5 damage to a creature or player.
Ooh.
So if I play 2 spells, I can just do 10 damage straight to your face.
Gross.
Let me see what I missed on my upgrade cycle.
It's probably gonna be that spell that you played. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, I got 20. Primal Surge. Is that accounted for?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You've got the Ice Crusher level 3 you need. Raging Lasher level 3. Should have Combat Druid level 3 in there as well.
Did I play the level 2 worm?
It takes me a second sometimes when I miss it.
Primal Surge, Combat Druid. Summoning Council level 3.
You can always correct it. All right, look at you got your Banish pile over there?
Yep.
All right, let's go through it. Primal Surge level 3. In.
Yep.
Stout Worm level 2.
Yep.
Combat Druid level 3. No?
What color is that?
Combat Druid level 3 should be.
That's probably the one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nailed it. We can help each other.
All right.
So strictly looking at the board right now, it's bad.
It's looking good for old Zeebs.
I don't like my odds, but
It's not over.
it's not over. I needed to draw a spell here, and I did not. You know, this
And
could,
I would have gotten away with it too.
this could maybe get it done. We need to survive so we can use our level 2 ability, and we need to not get in kill range for you. You're not super healthy either. I'm going first.
You're going first. Yeah.
All right, so I need to try to play some D. Elemental. Man, he moved up last turn.
Defender.
Oh, he's a defender. Yeah. Thank you.
Not that it much matters
Yeah,
at this point.
too much.
Good catch, Shadow.
8, 6.
Why are you moving my creature? man?
Okay, don't touch my creature.
Get out of here. Pardon me for touching your cards. Yeah, it's a grave
He moved
stain.
up. He moved up. Yeah, I think this is the second play for sure. It's actually, you know what? This play is not great. Oof. All right, defense.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay. Acceptable. That there, that opens that slot up.
That there.
All right, sure. Let's play a Spirit Reaver level 1. And go get the upgraded version. And we're going to activate him right away. And we're going to choose a creature type to give each creature -1 life of that type. I'm going to choose Elemental.
I understand.
Yeah. I understand.
He gone.
And I probably should play him in a blocking position so I can try to cover bases here. Let's go. Let's actually go.
Not in front of the mobile guy.
Is he mobile?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's mobile. So let's go here. Try to at least delay. That forces you to play in 2 slots to block. That's fine. Over to you.
This is just gross.
Yeah, dude, you're about to do weird stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we really are, though. Let's play Raging Lasher level 3.
He's everywhere.
When I play him, I'll deal 7 there.
Oh, I hate it. So bad.
And he's a casual 7.
That's
Good in time.
so bad. I gotta try to cover up everything. And you got one more play after this?
Yeah, I get the final.
He's aggressive, so the next thing should be not in. Okay, cover up the most damage you can is the name of this game. Can we do it in a way that we don't also die? I've got 8, 7, 3, and then whatever else you get up to. Let's put in a Necrotic Creeper here. Deal 6 or destroy one of your creatures. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it's not that weird. It's a 5/5. And then when he dies, he'll become a zombie.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a card. It's just hard not to play that card. The card's great.
I will think about my life.
It's
for a
better
second.
now that you got rid of the thing that's going to kill him anyway.
Yeah.
It's like nobody wants, the other thing is nobody wants a pork belly sandwich from Arby's.
We back.
Have you ever imagined, like,
No.
can you even imagine ordering that?
There's not.
I don't want mass delivered pork belly. I understand it's effectively just bacon, but for some reason it's way grosser
Let's blow this guy up.
at a massive commercial level. It's like
Yeah.
we've got, our supply line has delivered a tremendous amount of pork belly all over the world.
It's not what you want to be known for.
I don't want it. I don't want that.
I mean, the liquid meat's also uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's a rumor.
I've seen it.
That's not
You've
real.
never seen the bag of meat? Hold on.
They have a bag, but isn't it just that they have it in a preservative or something? They don't actually reconstitute it. They made a whole statement about it. I looked it up once before ordering a roast beef sandwich. It's a myth. It's a myth. Check it out. Look it up. You looking at it? You fact checking?
I'm fact checking.
You asked Jeevesing?
Hold on. Nope, not liquid meat. First article on Google, I'm going to trust it.
Yeah, dude, immediately. Post it on Facebook, dude.
See, and I did my research, you see.
Dude, just research it already, would you?
Research it for yourself.
Burden me with your education.
All right, we're going to play
We don't have something aggressive.
Conflagrate. Deal 2 damage to each of up to 2 different creatures and or players. Increase this damage by 1 for each mage you have in play. I have 1 mage, so it's 3. Do 3 here and 3 to you.
Man, you almost got me in the kill range here.
Yeah, I had some things, depending on what you did.
You will be very close if you want to use that ability. Have you done? You haven't done it yet, right?
But man, would I like to. Okay, end of round.
Yeah.
You take 8.
Yeah.
We destroy each other.
Yeah. And then I get a zombie here.
Then I destroy you and you get me down to 2.
Yeah.
And then end of turn.
I hope you draw absolute potatoes here. Slime had armor. Is that true? Great Zigby? Oh, it did have 1 armor.
Which slime?
But it didn't, I mean, tell me what you would do instead. Because I didn't have it on there. Venerable Slime had 2 armor.
What did I do to it?
So it was at 3 with 2 armor, and you did 3 to it. So it wouldn't have taken it off the board. It still technically had 2 on that last play. Anything else you would do instead on that hand? I'll give myself 3 life back.
What did I end up playing? Conflagrate?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely something else I would do.
Do it.
I would just play a level 2 War Stoker instead.
Rather than
So
conflict.
you gain 3 life.
Yeah, gain 3. All right, great. So then I still die, and then that thing dies.
Yeah. We're back to the same.
See, we made it. We didn't need comprehensive rules to figure that out. We just decided to have a fun game. Isn't it that simple sometimes? Okay, what I really needed was like a bomb that first turn, and I don't think I got it. I think it's fairly safe to say that I did not get it.
The bomb.
Yeah.
I'm gonna activate my ability.
Wait, the first thing you're doing is activating your ability? What does that do?
Anytime I play a spell this turn, I can do 5 damage to a creature or player.
Every time you play a spell?
Yeah. Yeah. It's really good.
Okay, go ahead.
It's like unfortunately good.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is play a Vine Lash. One of my creatures battles an enemy creature, so I'll have this battle this.
Yeah.
I'll take 3.
Yeah.
I'll also do 5 damage to you because of my ability.
Yeah, that's good then.
We'll upgrade the Vine Lash.
I will survive.
Nothing but clear skies and clear boards ahead.
As long as I know how to love, I know we love. Bring on that road, one by the meaning I know. Just take a look here. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, mercy.
Oh, the mercy. I can't wait for you to see my next move.
I hope it doesn't do direct damage on top of doing 5 and making all of the things that I'm trying to do here completely worthless. That's my hope. That's my hope.
I don't think you spend too much time thinking about what you're doing.
Yeah, I think that's right.
You catch my drift.
I'll play Necrovive, destroy one of your creatures.
Oh, okay.
Level 1 there.
We'll get rid of this guy.
I really wanted this. This should have been played more. This card is good.
Necrovive?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just going to play level 3 Summoning Council. I'll do 5 damage to you because of my ability. And then it lets me summon 2 Oak Fathers. So let's just put those out there.
Yeah. Problems.
Yeah. I mean, technically, you might have an answer to this, but
I do not currently have an answer.
it didn't
to this,
feel like you would be able to answer 2 8/8s on the board.
No, especially a breakthrough. That's the biggest problem. All right, well, I will use... Check this out. I'll use my level 3 ability.
Okay.
Upgrade up to 2 cards in my discard pile. Necrovive. And...
Totally random. Don't bother with hope. Hope leads to disappointment. I think that's what Yoda said, right?
yeah. Spirit Reaver. It's close to being workable. So these guys become Spirit Reaver and Necrovive. Then I can return one of them to my hand.
Free Neck Revive, eh?
Yeah. I think I just combined all of these randomly. It's fine. Now, if I could somehow play Spirit Reaver and because like here, I could play this to block one of these things, activate, give this -3, and soak 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't also deal with that. So I've got to play the Neck Revive, destroy one of your creatures. It's free, Neck Revive level 3.
We did it.
Okay, and then I've got a chance to do something, and it's nothing, so I'll just play a Venerable Slime there. And then I'll lose.
Nice. Then you take 8 to the teeth.
Yeah, that's a good game. I actually enjoyed that quite a bit.
I feel like the green deck is... It's just like beefy.
It's very beefy, yeah.
So if you don't have... That's what I was saying last time when I was playing against it, was if you don't have just something that destroys creatures straight up.
I don't have enough beef.
Or if you don't have beef to answer it.
Best answer to beef is more beef, as we know.
Clearly. I'm thinking we need to go to Arby's.
Yeah, I'm hungry now.
I don't know about you.
I'm gonna get that 4 for 10.
Yeah,
I can't bring myself to do it because the 5 for 5 was such an institution that I feel like I'm getting ripped off.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm not getting that kind of value, I'm getting ripped off, right?
Yeah, well, the problem is they started by giving you too much value.
Maybe, or maybe the price of roast beef just went up.
That's what I'm saying. Once you... What was the long-term inflation plan there? There wasn't. Just hope it doesn't go up, or hope people don't go too attached to this.
It was like a 5 for 5.95, and then it was like a 5 for 7, and then...
Didn't it used to be 5 for 5.55?
Yeah. They kept trying to make it happen. But.
Yeah, and then they kept trying to make cheaper things and smaller sandwiches. Yeah. But eventually it caught up with them.
Yeah, because like at the end of the day, what you need is people to do a 5 for 5 where 3 of the 5 are sodas.
Yeah.
Then you're the money. But like everybody figured it out. It's like, no, that only value from this.
5 roast beefs, baby.
I'm going to get 5 beef and cheddars, dude.
Yeah, add the cheddar, please. Costs nothing extra. I'll take it. Everywhere else costs me $2 to add cheddar.
That's right.
It's like the guacamole. Anything that comes with guacamole on it is a $3 discount.
That's right.
This is already $3 cheaper than I expected. It could be $18. It's like, it's really a $3. You know, it's $3 in value.
The old big California.
You want to go top down?
Yeah. Or bottom up?
Top down, bottom up. So 2 games
fun.
in.
I love it.
We played with 1 starter. And technically, I think the combination we haven't played is red, blue, green, purple.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just so cool. Combining the decks is a different level. Like, if this has been 4 decks that we played, you play them, we decide deck A isn't fantastic, deck B is pretty good, whatever. And then all of a sudden, it's like, there's one best deck here.
By not fantastic, you mean looking for its partner?
Now, because you can combine it.
Yeah. Now we're looking for our partner. So, I really liked... what was going on in the purple deck of having double instances of things happening on the board that gain me life and do damage to you. Mm-hmm. And there's definitely the right combination of second deck to bring into that pair.
Yeah, I definitely think.
Make that sick.
Because the one guy is off of a destroy creature, the other one's off plain spells.
Yeah.
So if you have another half that is creature destruction with spells...
Yeah, or like spells that like destroy a creature you control to do something amazing.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, I'm getting so much value out of this.
Immense value.
And it becomes really nice.
And you also probably have to protect them a little bit. So it's like, what does the other deck have that plays that's more of a threat than they are? Although the answer is nothing. Like that long term, I can't just lose 2 life every time I destroy one of your creatures.
Yeah, you can actually build a board. It's like really cool. Question here from C Falcon. Do you find the games are a bit slow? Surprised you only played 1 game. No, we're just slow. We're just having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, I think the combo of being on stream and then also we're very lean back into this. I've seen a lot of people saying that games are taking 15, 20 minutes.
We could bust these out in like 15, 20 easy.
Yeah, like if
we were just playing.
And if you were at a tournament kind of a situation as well, so I think this game works both directions. When you have 5 cards and you get 2 choices a turn, you should really only have like 30, 45 seconds to make a choice.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to be 5 minutes to discuss it or have a roast beef conversation or whatever.
Although really that's how you should be playing the game.
Yeah, but let's say tournament rounds are 45 minutes. If you are playing just 1 game, like there should be time for that kind of connection point, right? Where you're not just like having to blitz through and rush through it, but at the same time, it should move pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this, man. It came out of nowhere, and I'm just happy it's here.
Snowblade sent us copies of this game a good bit before the Kickstarter to see if we were interested in working with them prior to the Kickstarter actually coming up. And I remember the first time we played, I was like, I get it. It's cool. Yeah. And like it was like some of the hybrid that game stuff that they were doing was cool. And then it was like game 5 when I was in, and I played the same deck a couple times, and I was just like,
this is really fun.
You can actually be really good at this.
Yeah.
Like super good at this.
I may have lost the game when I didn't hit your thing, because that got the Shambler off the board.
Yep.
If the Shambler had stayed on the board, I have multiple instances of gaining life, doing damage. It's crazy. Like that single decision point, just like, I just missed it.
Yeah. And then the more we learned, like beyond just diving into the game like that, I don't know. It's a very, we were joking about your Moneyball analogy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It feels like that kind of game though, where like I feel like this could actually, and a lot of times this either means that it's going to be appealing to everyone or appealing to no one. But I feel like it can be super kitchen table if that's what you want it to be. Like I can play this. The rules are simple enough. I can play it with my 11-year-old nephew.
Yeah.
But the game's deep enough that I can play it at a tournament level. And very few games have that range and that versatility. That's what I meant by the Moneyball. It's not like, LeBron James with very specific, or Michael Jordan or whatever. Like they're just excelling at this category. It's kind of
able to split the goalposts quite well.
Split the goalposts. And
it's not easy.
I think it's the perfect
and
way
to digital game
to put like a unique deck style game.
Yeah. My
Lord,
test.
Lord have mercy if they have an app, by the way.
Yeah, I know. My test is, can I take this game to like Jonathan's house, brother Jonathan, who's our lead designer here, who doesn't play, like is familiar with the space and has played enough card games to know the nomenclature and kind of the general vibe, but I don't feel like I could sit down on a sunny afternoon and say, hey, here's a Fab Blitz deck, let's play.
Sure.
But I feel like I could hand him 4 decks and say, combine the 2 that you like the most or that you just randomly combine.
Yeah.
And pretty much you'll figure out how to do it. There's 5 lanes, play stuff, they have attack, defense.
Yeah.
You'll get it. After one game, I think you'd grab it and we could like have a couple of pints and play for 6 hours.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And like I couldn't do that with a lot of games, but this is one that I could do it with.
And as we're sitting here sipping on cocktails, like some games are not, like I could not drink a cocktail or a beer, like you were saying, while playing.
Yeah, Fab is very lean forward, right? I'm like very much like turn by turn.
Hypothetically, I could play a very slow game of Fab that way, but I wouldn't be ideal. That's not the game I'm like, hey, it's Sunday afternoon, let's grab a beer and play a game.
Yeah. It's too cerebral.
Yeah. This is just, it's hitting a spot. And I think it's also on the versatility for people that have busy lives. And I have a lot of people in my life that are this way, right? That have kids or have jobs and can't travel or can't grind and play test and stuff. Removing all the deck building stuff is really nice. And or for people that are already playing a game like that and just need like a secondary, more casual situation.
Yeah, I just went 4-2 in the tournament, bubbled out. Like I
just want to hang out,
play SolForge.
So it's kind of cool that like it's a competitive experience for people that want it, that maybe don't have the time to put into as much of the test and the deck building, and or a different kind of tournament experience for super competitive aggro people, and then also kitchen table. That's why it's a very wide-reaching game.
Yeah, and you remember there's so many people also that are familiar enough. They played Magic when they were younger, or they were involved in some kind of a serious card game for a while, like Alex Davey, right? Yeah. Like played Lord of the Rings TCG really heavily. And, you do that up to 20 some odd, and then, you start moving other places. And then it's like 10 years later, somebody's like, yeah, I mean, you're familiar enough with the space to be able to pick up something like this and immediately enjoy it, but it doesn't demand learning an entirely new skill set and language, etc.
I do think that if the game has an app, that this is the kind of game that could actually be a bridge into tabletop gaming for so many people. Because I think digital card games are just such a common thing now.
Yeah, they really are, aren't they?
So I really hope to see them do that.
Even the it's funny, the card game mechanics are being utilized in non-card games. Explicitly, like Slay the Spire kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah. Well, what was the
And
Gwent,
Hades.
right? So there was a card game inside of the Witcher video game that then became its own digital game.
It was kind of netrunner-y, wasn't it? I heard that it was kind of... Well, no, it was that Cyberpunk whatever, which was apparently a disaster. The speculation was that they would also have Netrunner as a side game in that. I don't know if that happened or not, but apparently people...
Interesting.
Are not into it.
Eric Clarkson, every time you guys play SolForge, it reminds me how much I want to try Radlands. I do want
to keep hearing about it.
I own it.
Keep hearing about it.
You know that, right?
Then we gotta play it.
We maybe got a board game series coming up.
I love Lucas Cardoso here. Life goals right here. Wednesday afternoon, hanging out with good friends, having a drink, playing games, talking about life. Yeah, Lucas, that's what it's all about. That's what we're trying to emulate and kind of model here, I guess. It's just what we want to do anyway. So.
And honestly, it's a total privilege to get to do this.
It's amazing.
It's insane. And this is truly only possible because of all our subscribers. So if you're signed up for SolForge already, kudos to you for doing that. If you've been with us for years, signed up for subscriptions to other games to automatically get those products, it really does mean the world to us. And in time, hopefully, you'll approve of everything that we're doing with your support.
That's right.
A lot of exciting things coming down the pipeline that I cannot wait to have happening. But yeah, seriously, thank you for being a part of this.
See, to Dulip, I really want an Arby's before League Night right now.
I mean, I want an Arby's.
Yeah, me too. And Arby's. And you know what we mean when we say that? Not pork belly sandwiches.
PBs?
Roast beef.
PBs?
I want a roast beef.
You want to go run down to PBs?
Vizcod, I win a SolForge hitting retails. August, September is the current estimate. Smurl, SolForge cube drafts. It would be a fun game to draft. It'd be weird, though.
You draft the whole stack?
Lobster said, I noticed the game supports 2 to 4 players, but being lane-based, how does it work?
Good question.
And apparently, Ben Throm saying last week Stoneblade did a playtest stream of 4 players, team play with 10 lanes instead of 5. That'd be so fun.
You can play in any lane.
It'd be so fun.
Do you play a single color or do you play multicolors each?
I think you each bring a normal deck of 2 decks combined, and then everybody gets 2 plays. It's probably like you won, and then we alternate like normal, and then there's 10 lanes to play.
It's crazy.
And then It's Me, does your subscription cover international shipping to Korea? So you can start a subscription to anywhere basically that we ship, which is more or less worldwide, aside from some countries that have some questionable shipping practices. And it'll just cost you whatever it costs to ship. You know, whatever the weight of your package is, it'll automatically calculate how much it costs to get to Korea.
A lot of times, international subscribers will get together. So if you have multiple people in your area or your city that all want to get product, one single subscription for however many displays you want together is usually a lot cheaper just because the shipping, as you scale up, doesn't proportionally scale.
Yeah.
So if you're shipping one display, you're going to bear 80% of the cost of shipping 5 displays. Mm-hmm. So that's something to look into as well. We've seen that a lot in other games when it's not going to get like localized support elsewhere.
All right. Well, SolForge Fusion.
Great game.
I may be able to play this game forever.
Yep.
And maybe I will. Maybe
That's
I
the
will.
hope.
Yeah.
I just it's gonna be. I need a nap. I said this with Keyforge.
I know.
I said it was the biggest mistake that game made by a mile.
And maybe gonna make it again because apparently Christian on the interview was like, we have a lot ahead of us to get the physical game back in. We have no like estimate for when a digital client might be available. More specifically, not just we don't know when it would be available, but we might do it because it seems like so many people want it, which is different than understanding the value of it inherently rather than responding to customer pressure.
Big opportunity. I really do hope SolForge does that. I know when we talked to Justin on the podcast, he said
wild.
It was really just a matter of, is the game successful enough to warrant
Well,
them
it already
investing
has
in
been.
that?
They had to quadruple the print run.
By more than that. I hope
Shadow.
so. So we'll see. But I think that's definitely the kind of thing. Like I'm just picturing so many opportunities in my own life.
Dude, it's 11 p.m. and I'm laying in bed, and what am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm reading like a news, or I'm like, just browsing Reddit for a second, or I'm looking at our Discord.
Yeah.
Would I fire up an app?
Yeah, you would.
Do a random pairing of 2 decks and play a game real quick?
Yeah.
I
Or
would.
just pick any 2 decks on your app
Yeah.
and go. I hope so. If you've been with us, thanks for being here. It was a pleasure. And you got anything else? We're getting out of here.
Nope. Subscribe. We'd love to have you. Like I said, August, September, you haven't missed set 1. So if you subscribe right now, you will still get in for the first set of the game. Find the subscriptions on our website. We will have an exclusive card of some kind It'll probably just be a forge or some kind of an auxiliary card, at least this round. But we are looking at ways we could maybe integrate exclusive promos into the decks themselves. Should be really cool.
That would be cool.
See if it happens.
Last comment. It's me saying thank you so much. I'm not fluent in English, but I always love to hear you guys talk and play. It's incredible
Awesome.
that
Yeah.
someone that's not fluent in English likes to partake in these streams.
You know what they say?
Unbelievable.
As the old Flesh and Blood tag.